And that plant now has done 10,000 hours and we've had hardly any downtime with it. So no, Harold, he's been very helpful to me, my word he has. My name's David Rowell and I've been operating here since 1990. Well, in sand washing down here, they seem to think it's too hard. So there was 2 other wash plants in the area, but they both shut. They just couldn't seem to make it profitable or viable. So I'm down here now on the northwest corner of Tasmania on my own. There's no one, I have no opposition, and I can only handle so much. Well, it started off in 1990 when I met George Barr. This is a long time ago, Hayden, and I was wanting to upgrade my dry screen sand plant. So George came down and explained what Precisionscreen could do. So that was in 1990. Then we got to 1995 and the good sand petered out. You know, like we're getting sand out of spec for concrete. So I rang Harold up and explained to him what the problem was, and he said there is such a thing as a bucket wheel dewaterer. I'll come down and have a look at sand. We'll do a sieve of the sand, find out how much 75 micron clays and silts in it, and then I'll design and build something. Harold built the SRD 180. I reckon mine would have probably been the first one. And we've just decommissioned that now after 30 odd years and put a new plant in. So it just shows you how viable, and it would have made a lot of money in 30 years, that plant. As we got up from 1995 to about 2015, so there's 10 years, we got issues with getting silts out of our sand, keeping it under 5%, the 75 micron. So I rang Harold again. I said, I've got more problems, Harold, what are we going to do? And he said, David. And I said, well, this is what I'm thinking about. And I said, the 180 is a brilliant bit of gear, why can't we put a fine spot underneath it? So it took me a good month to work out how to make it operate. Like, it was frustrating, but once we got it right, it's been a brilliant bit of kit. So we're getting a sand now that comes off the bucket wheels at 20% moisture contact, we're getting it down to 10%. So we actually stockpile the sand as we wash now. That's not bad, is it? So as we're washing, we're stockpiling it. So no, Harold, he's been very helpful to me, my word he has. So, and that's why I've stuck with Precision. I've got Andrew in spare parts, very thoughtful, rings me every now and then, courtesy call. David, what's up? You know, what do you need? And they sort it out for me. So their backup is good. Yeah, one of the better parts of Precisionscreen. Yeah.
If someone came to you and asked why to go with Precisionscreen, what would you tell them?
Because it's Australian made, and their backup, they back their product, and they carry a big range of spare parts. You've seen this parts store, a lot of money tied up in that. So, and it's been going now, what, for 40 years, the business, so there's a lot of skills gone through that, you know, some good people work there. So it's just a one-stop shop for me now. Ring up and then just say what I need, and no, so that's why I go back. Because like I've got a McCloskey track mounted screen there, well that comes from Ireland. They sometimes don't have the parts for that because they're not Australian made, so you got to wait. And Harold's a good bloke. He's old, but he's a good bloke. Well, I flew up a couple of weeks ago to check the delivery of the 180, and he said, David, I'll meet you at the airport and I'll pick you up and we'll be there at 8 o'clock and then we'll check out what you've bought and then I'll drop you back at the airport. Well, you can't beat that, can you? Nah, so no, he spoils me, yeah, for sure.